Yo, what is up? It's the Heavyist podcast, weekly worship of the altar of radness. We're here with Big T. We've just been chatting about his amazing new record and all that other stuff on a lovely different video. So if you want to go and have a listen to that, you can do. But right now, we're here to chat about an album that me and Gary, we've been goddamn excited for, dude. It's a big old day, dude.
It's a big one for us.
This is real.
It's a big one. Yeah, man. Justice for the Damned. The four-piece now Australian hardcore band. They're out here with their third album. It's called Stay Relentless. It is released on the 15th through Grayscale Records.
In the trenches, stay relentless. Roll with the fucking punches. It's just myself is bad.
And we have been really looking forward to this one. And as ours now set to become the new king of heavy music in Australia, we thought it'd be important for him to be here to join us to chat about this band. Al, do you have a relationship with this band already? Have you listened to their previous records, or is this something we've just sort of dropped in your lap?
I've been aware of the name, and I think I've had like one or two tracks on like playlists I've put together and stuff. And I've always been impressed, but I've never sort of like followed through with like putting any like real time into them. So like putting a bit of time into this record was real good because it is fat.
It is properly fat. The thing is, like, so me and Son we've been singing the praises of this band for a long time. We've been psyched out of our mind about everything that they've released, and there's been a bit of a time away between records. It's been 5 years since they released Pain is Power. I think there've been a bit of a switch up in band members as well, and you know, they've come back, and I think the press release that we got for the record was pretty upfront that they were kind of moving towards a more moshy metalcore kind of vibe. Previously they had there's quite a lot of elements of like black metal and kind of blackened stuff that was going on, as well as, I don't know, I guess it's a more kind of straight up metallic vibe now than they've had previously. So there was an element of kind of trepidation for me and Sonny going into this new record. And this one is a monster. It is an absolute monster. It's so much more straight up than the previous records. Mm-hmm. There's so much more just like direct, meaty breakdowns, just setting the mosh pits on fire kind of vibes than they've previously had. And I think it was actually a bit of a curve to kind of get to grips with that as the sound for this band, right, Son?
100%. So cards on the table. Pain is Power, I think, is one of the most perfect like mosh albums of all time. Like, I think, like, in the last, like, I would put it in my top 10 records of all time. I think I listened to it so much. I just think like the set pieces on that record were unreal. It was a proper so I think it hit me during COVID. It came out in 2020. So it's 5 years since their last album, and that album held just the most special place in my heart. I adore that album. I adore every inch of it. So getting my head around this bit of switch up and like listening to this album, I've been yo-yoing, dude. I'm yo-yoing all over the place on it. Like, I'm hating it, I'm loving it, I'm hating it, I'm loving it. And I think it's only because I bloody care so goddamn much about how this record's coming out. And I'm happy to say that like I am fully on board with it now. Like, I was all over the bloody shop, mate. I've got some points. Like, I do think there's some things that aren't as great as other records, but I think on the whole I do really enjoy this new sound. I think if they're going to switch sounds, switching to a place that's a bit more straight up, like a bit more spacious, definitely like big slabs of Kubla Khan in the sound. But what I have come to appreciate is this album's darkness, bro. It is dark. Like, if you're gonna come along and you're gonna absolutely like take on a very prominent band's, like a lot of a very prominent band's sound in a Kubla Khan, like, you have to have some seasoning in there, and just bleak, brilliant darkness is gonna seal the deal for me, brother. I am in.
Hell yeah. I kind of feel the same way. What you're saying about Pain as Power, about Drag Through the Dirt. I think Drag Through the Dirt is one of the most incredible heavy records that there's ever been. But you're right. We do live in a post Kubla Khan world where Kubla Khan have kind of become ridiculously viral against kind of all the obvious odds that you could kind of throw in. I mean, for an example, we had like a work do a couple of weeks ago, and I got a lift home with one of my friends who works and her husband. He picked us up, and he had a playlist on in the car. He was listening to like Aussie, Metallica, Iron Maiden. I was just sat in the back, and I was like, "This guy's pretty sick." And then Swan Song by Kubla Khan came on his playlist. I was like, what the fuck did me? I think I need to become this guy's best friend. But like, it kind of goes to show how that band and their sound has really cut through this metal mainstream, and you can't really blame Justice for the Damned for maybe thinking, oh, if we maybe strip a few layers out of what we're doing and just go for something that's much more just obnoxious, then maybe we might hit a few more ears and we might kind of push the band a bit further. And then once you kind of stop trying to review what you want and start reviewing what you can actually hear, then you can really easily just fall in love with this album immediately.
Yeah, you know, you were saying about if you're going to take on like a Kubla Khan kind of sound, you need like a bit of seasoning.
Yeah,
I think. Do you know what that seasoning is? For me, what I had in it was Malev.
Yeah, for sure.
There's like obviously like Malev's obviously like if you stripped out the like the kind of southern riffs,
the crowbar of it all.
Yeah, the crowbar riffs, the like the Lamb of Godiness of it. Because obviously it is riffy, but it's like it's not quite the same as Malev. It has that same energy, and it's still whilst it is heavy, and there is some like absolutely fucking stinky breakdowns in it. Like there's a lot of fucking riffs, and it's like it's very very high energy.
Mm-hmm.
With like because like Kubla Khan's like I imagine that's like a gorilla. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's so fucking direct, so punchy, so like stripped down just to like they've made a fucking zoo. Like it's just like
it's a demiglass.
Whereas this record has elements of that, but there's a lot more. There's like a different kind of energy. It's like a lot more fast paced. There's a lot more like riffage in it, and it's just a fucking joy to listen to. It's really good.
Yeah. Bobak's vocals are levels on this record, bro. They come like it is so heinous and low.
I'm jealous.
Scathing. They are beastly, brother. What was your reaction to those, Al?
Because the vocals come in pretty rapid on that first track, don't they? Like as soon as they came in, I was like, "Fucking hell!" I was like, "These are some of the fucking nastiest fucking vocals I've ever heard." There's so much like fucking gargle and vitriol just because they're not like because they're not like slammy or death metal-y. They're still like hardcore type of like mids, but there's just so much fucking just squelch in him. He just sounds like so aggressive. It's like a snarl, and I love that in metal.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
He's like a rabid dog on the end of his lead, man. Like for sure, it's definitely the best performance he's ever put in. I completely agree with you, son. Like he sounds awesome on this record. It's probably thicker and a bit more like authoritative that he's probably sounded on previous records. Previous records has been a bit more scratchy, and you know, obviously you've got the kind of like washy kind of elements of the songs going on, so it doesn't really make as much sense to just really bark and really like tear chunks out of the mic when you're doing it. But with this new sound and this new vibe, it just suits him and it just fits him perfectly. And that on top of still, you know, they're still working with Will Putney, and he's still putting in one of the most loveliest production jobs on this record that he's ever kind of done. Like the presence of every element of it is just really, really like right in your fucking face. You know, mixing metal is obviously a battle to try and make everything as loud as it could possibly be without it starting to like overlap each other and kind of clash. And he's just hit that perfect apex before it goes past being and starts just things start fighting for position. It's just right there, right in that perfect sweet spot. And it just means that the whole thing is just a complete bulldozer. So cool.
And I think that this new sound, this sort of like slower, lower attempt, is like, it really does give his vocals a bit more space, and just that gargly
absolutely.
low brilliance just shines, doesn't it? It is
He's right up
so
front, isn't he?
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you feel like he's talking to you, which is like pretty intimidating to be
Yeah,
honest.
which, when he says "beg for your fucking life" in Eyes of a Killer, I'm like, oh god. You know, they're very much a sort of a trademark of their sound, or like, you know, especially on the last record, Pain is Power, was a lot of these really cool like set piece, like moshcore moments that would build up to like some of my favorite like moments in modern music. And I think, while this doesn't necessarily do that as many times, there is some points where it just really, really hits. There's loads of like, they just do it in a different way. It's all this just low darkness, and you know, once I sort of got my head around that, I really appreciated it. And I know I said this the other day about that For the Fallen Dreams like sound that was in the Cell record, but I mean, Eyes of a Killer on this record, like I'm hearing that For the Fallen Dreams, dude. It's, and again in like Writhing Mass, like I'm feeling it. It's like this like sort of heartfelt but demonic all at once. Like I'm here. Am I mad, or is there like a bit of a For the Fallen Dreams research that's going on right now?
Like, I hear a bit like the most kind of MySpacey sounding metalcore vibes that they've ever had in any of their previous records. Like Ghost of Tomorrow's got that kind of like, like that sort of like those picked out. So yeah, for the Fallen Dreams is a kind of point of reference of that sound is 100% on the money, man.
As soon as you said Fallen Dreams, I was like, yeah, that's who I was thinking of, because like the sound is familiar, but I've not heard this done for a long while. It's like when was For the Fallen Dreams? 2009 and 10, 11,
something
was it?
like that.
Yeah,
Probably
like
just
over
after
10
the
years.
sort of the MySpacey deathcore stuff we were talking about when we did Deathcore Summer. It's like that next wave of what happened was those
like
kind of bands.
Really heavy melodic hardcore almost, like with like metalcore mixed in. And this like, it has like
early volumes-y kind of.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's just like I don't know if I should mention who like the guest fucking vocalists are, with it not being out yet, but the
it's
first
out tomorrow. It's literally out tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah. Is it can't remember the name of the song.
Tyler from Left to Suffer.
From Left to Suffer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, well, mate, when his bit's absolutely incredible. He sounds absolutely
Guys,
monstrous,
I mean,
doesn't
look
he?
at him. He is a unit, but he sounds like a fucking unit.
Like
he sounds like a monster when he pops up on Chlorine Wounds, man.
that BD
good.
just after that, like it like reached out of my reached out my phone, like took over my brain, started making me swinging, fucking like Ratatouille, brother.
Like, it was like a fatality by Goro. It was so brutal, dude. Goro just comes along, rips your arms off, and beats you to fuck with him. So sick.
I just love this image of Al being like mosh ratatouille'd by Goro. Just
Ratatouille step.
Ratatouille step. Mate, I mean, I have stolen the term tui from you, and I use it now way more often than I should do. But like shattered, the tui going on in that is the when you were forgotten what we were. Yeah, that whole section is so hard, but they also managed to sprinkle loads of atmosphere into it as well, which is maybe something that's not as prominent in the whole record. But when they do sprinkle it in, it's really, really effective, and it works really well. So hard.
I think this is one of the reasons why I was like, because like a couple of songs in, I was like, oh fuck, I was like, I could see me coming back to this and like really putting some time in with it, because like. I remember years ago you saying on one of your podcasts that like you went through a phase of a few years where you were like all podcasts and like it want like a lot of music like going on. Like I'm like in the middle of that phase at the minute, so like a lot of the times I'll hear a track and it's like, oh yeah, that's cool, but then I don't like go back to it too much, which is one of the reasons I started doing those like playlists and stuff, just to expose myself to more music and stuff. But like that's like one of the after I was like blown away by how fucking disgusting his vocals were. Like straight away I was like, this is really doing it for me. And I think it's because I've not heard this sound for a while, and like I loved that when it was around. That was from like a real good part of my like late teens, early 20s. And I was like, fuck, I think I've missed this. I think I've missed this type of metalcore. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've gone full circle with this record, dude. Like I started off being a bit like, oh, hang on, this isn't quite what I expected. To now, like, I'm glad it's not what I expected.
Yeah.
It's really sick. It's a really sick record.
And I think there's something to be said for them not just making Pain as Power too. And it makes that album stand on its own in history to me, well, to everyone. And it sort of, it elevates it on its own merits. And then this thing lives on its own merits. Like, I actually appreciate it. Like, it's, just not coming along and just replicating your sound again and just, thinking like, what do people like? They like that. Let's give them that. Like, they've been away for a while. They've been cooking and they've absolutely been just on one here. It's a really cool like evolution for the band. Like, getting darker and harder. No one's ever going to be annoyed at that, are they? Really?
Yeah.
It's a good choice. It's a really good choice because like there is massive diminishing returns on like when you see bands that have like they're popular but they've been putting the same album out for like 15 years and it's like you become one of those kind of just like background bands. They must do well because they're always on like tours and stuff, but no one's like buzzing about them.
Yeah,
like, no one's like they're not like popping up in conversation or anything. So you really do have to like take some like risks, and like that's not always going to pay off. Like the perfect example was that album that like Suicide Sounds put out that got like absolutely fucking mullered. I listened to that for the first time years after it came out, and I was like, "This is fucking sweet. This is really cool, really different."
Good record. The self-titled Suicide Silence album is a good record.
This is great. This doesn't sound like anybody. But
just like Jared died did one impression of his noises, and then the whole thing just turned into everyone thinks this album's shit. Like I don't think that's true. No, it's a great record.
You got to switch it up, even if it's like
absolutely, man. You got to try something.
There's been times like when I've been thinking like, what do we do with Black Tongue now? Like, because like all of us. Like Nadir was like our like fucking magnum opus, and like it's like people. It's like really, thankfully, it's like really well respected in metal still. Like people, high in like really high regard. So we wouldn't want to like do anything to like take away from that. But we also have no intention of just writing Nadir 2.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here? Like it's a big thing. Like sorry to fucking bring it back to me, but I am
the people need this. No, totally.
Because there's been like one of the things that came up was like Eddie was like, I don't want to not be in the fucking heaviest band of all time, and like there was a time when BT was was punching for like the heaviest spot. A lot of people would have said, "Oh, it's heaviest band ever." I knew that we weren't. Like there was much more extreme types of music that were heavier. But like in the years since Down Tempo has like gone away and like we changed to like become like the sound that we ended up at. There are so many bands that blow early Black Tongue out of the fucking water with how heavy they are. Like the bar has been raised so fucking high, and it's like, what do we do? Can we even do it? Like I remember saying a while ago, I was like, the one thing I'm scared of is writing an album that isn't as heavy as fucking Primal Horde. Like I absolutely fucking love Primal Horde.
Yes, that is a great band to reference because they are hard as hell, bro.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a good place for you to start. You're like, look, whatever we do, we have to be harder than Primal Horde. that's a tough place to go.
That's like taking up like jogging and going right. My goal is to be Mo Farah. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's a big challenge, isn't it? It's a big challenge.
Hell yeah, and it's just fucking cool to see a band stick the landing when they try and do something a little bit different and mix it up.
Yeah,
and big up to Justice for the Damned. I hope that you play some shows of them in the not too distant future, Al, when you're out
will be
of
fucking
your new
sweet.
second home of Australia. And when you
Yeah.
do, give them some high fives from us. Tell them that we absolutely love them.
Oh man, I'll be donkey kicking off the stage. I won't be able to help it. Ratatouille, brother.
Hell yeah, man. Stay Relentless by Justice for the Dab coming out 15th of August. Check it out. It rips.
Big ups. Yeah, this was absolutely lovely. We love it. If you enjoyed the video, give us a little sub or something, would you? Write us a comment. Let us know what you like.
Just do it.
Just do it,
Just
mate.
click the fucking button. Do it now. Click it now. Half a second's worth of effort.
Yeah, we're always chatting about fantastic riffs. It's been lovely to have Al back on. No doubt we'll have him on at some point in the future when there's some dirty deathcore to be chatting about. This was an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll see you soon, homies.
Pleasure as always. Thank you for having me.
Love you, man.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.